Hello, this is your very tired YouTuber friend here, and this is going to be a short video because all I had the energy for with summer starting and just everything going on in my life, I just did a short clean here, which took me about 30 minutes, so sped up here, it's around 10 minutes. Now, I have a lot of board games. I love board games, and I have used them a lot in working with kids. You can see I had the game Pandemic there. But in my counseling practice, I think it's a great way, especially, depending on how you value the game as a counselor and how you assign value to it and work with it in the session. It is a great way to have conversations with kids. It can be hard when you're just like sitting there staring at someone expecting them to talk. Especially for kids, they the younger ones particularly don't really process by talking as much as they do by doing and creative means. So anyway, I have a lot of board games. I got a Zelda one there. I don't even know where that one came from. It's like super old, and I think probably a family member passed it on to me. But yeah, so I think it's just there's a lot of value in board games, and they're a lot of fun, and it's nice to get to do something that's not on a screen, at home with the kiddo. So I finally cleared off everything on that bookshelf that was not video game or not board game. Yeah, I had video games on the mind. We just tried playing WarioWare. I found it for cheap, actually, pre-owned the other day. So I was like, well, we're probably not going to find a better price than this. But it was kind of fun. Anyway, so as you can see, I have a ton of board games that I need to organize because that whole shelf was a mess, and I cleared off everything on there that was not a board game or like a card game so that I could organize it. I made a bunch of stacks, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to just do it from, largest to smallest mostly. So you can see I am trying to get it like organized and easy to grab the things. I know the things that are higher up will be a little harder for my daughter to reach. So there were certain things that I did swap out and didn't keep exactly, biggest to smallest, so that she would be able to reach those things. But yeah, it made a huge impact in this playroom, and I was really glad to just get this over with because I've been meaning to organize these board games, especially since I left my current job and started my private practice. I have to store everything at home now, and I needed to fit in all that stuff. I found the game Trouble in the stacks, and it was separated from the box. And that box is like so chewed up over the years because I've used it so many times with clients for the last like 6 years or so. Anyway, this definitely needed to be done, and it cleared up some space. I was actually hoping to get it done too because we lost my daughter's goggles that my husband bought her, and for swimming goggles. And I was like, well, we can't find them, and there's like a huge stack of board games on the floor, and lo and behold, it was in the stack of board games. Look, I have so many. It's like it's taller than me sitting, and it's like almost as tall as me standing by the time I finish there. So I can hide behind a stack of board games. Play some hide and seek. Anyway, I was really glad that we found the goggles because she was disappointed that she'd lost them. I don't know why they didn't take them out of the packaging. Well, they did take them out, and then they put them back in. I don't know. And then they didn't put it with the swim stuff. So I'm hoping that the more I organize things, the more they will be inclined to be organized because they'll see it's easier for them too. That game I just showed, it's like Mermaid Island or something like that. But it's a cooperative game where you try to get these 3 mermaids to their island, and you have to get them all there. And I just think it's neat because I really like cooperative games. There's another one called The Secret Door, which reminds me a little bit of like Matching and Clue. And you basically have to figure out which 3 items the thieves have stolen. And I can't even grammar today. Anyway, so you find that out by flipping over 2 at a time. But if you get 12 clocks, it reaches midnight, and then you lose. Or that's when you have to have figured out what 3 cards the thieves stole. So that one's kind of a fun game. That Pandemic game is actually really fun, and that's another cooperative one. There need to be more cooperative games because the competitive ones just can harbor those feelings of resentment when you play. I've been trying to like measure out, okay, I've got a few over here. Which one's bigger? Which one goes on bottom? But I wanted it to look nice. I don't know. Competitive games have their place, for sure, and they're a lot of fun ones. But it's also fun to play the cooperative ones. That's another cooperative game. The Lion and the Pride Land one. You work together to protect the Pride Land. And then that Ungame. And then there's another in there called Totika. Those are amazing counseling games because they're all about like asking each other questions and getting to know each other. And there's some pretty deep questions in those. And you can like stack the deck to put in, the questions that are going to be related to something a kid might not normally be open to processing. But you don't want to be like obvious about it because they're going to know what you're doing. Kids are smart. There's Totika. It's kind of like Jenga except with questions for the different color blocks. It's also really good for like focus and practicing that. Anyway, so yeah, kids know what you're doing when you're trying to like indirectly work toward things. And I think part of working with kids is like you want to be upfront with them about certain things, like, hey, this is what we're working on, because you want to give them that respect. Kids deserve to know why they're in counseling, and what kind of things are going to be worked on and helpful for them, like why you're doing certain things. But if they're not, willing to talk about certain things, like some kids are not ready to process their trauma for whatever reason, and you can't, go there without their permission, their consent. That Fermi game, you like build a satellite, which is neat. Anyway, so I'm very big on giving kids consent, but like they'll also be more willing to work on the things that are like around it by giving them that respect. So it's like, okay, I know you don't want to talk about this traumatic incident that happened for whatever reason that is, and I'm going to respect that, but I am going to work with you on the emotions and how to deal with those kind of emotions, even if you're not ready to process it. That Cat Crimes game is amazing, by the way. It's like it's like logic puzzles basically, but it's with cats, and cats are awesome. I'm surrounded by 2 cats right now, the 2 that hate each other, but they're being calm because they're happy to be here with me, I guess. At least I can think that. One of them's sleeping on the bed by my feet, and the other one is like right next to me looking out the window. They're happy cats today. I like to call my black cat Ravage because, I have to talk about Transformers in every video. It's like, my mental requirement for the day. Anyway, I like to call him Ravage, although that's more of like his middle name, not his real name, because he's a black cat, so he's like my panther. He's so cute. You've probably seen him in other videos if you watch those of mine. And then the tuxedo cat, I've got her. She's a sweet old lady. I think the orange cat's out in the other room chilling. He really likes to be like in the center of everything, so he's often out there, with people. Sometimes he likes to come hang out in here in the bedroom. Anyway, I'm really glad that I got this video done and got these board games and card games organized. That Unstable Unicorns game is really fun, too. Oh, and Cat Rescue. That's another cooperative game that's really fun, where you try to get cats adopted out. And that's pretty neat. So yeah, I'm glad to have gotten this done. It really needed to happen, and I felt very satisfied afterward. It's not, the prettiest thing in the world, but I also think it looks way better than it did before. It's not just stacks on the floor and things crammed everywhere. So I am very satisfied with this. And hopefully you were able to put this on and maybe get like 10 minutes of cleaning in. I think we're getting about to 11 minutes right now. So 11 minutes of a quick clean, you can do that. That's not too long, right? Guess it depends on the person. That's okay. Whatever you can do. So thanks, guys, for joining me. I appreciate it. I finally get to finish my drink. I forgot about it while I was cleaning. My lemon sparkling water. All right. Love you guys. Bye. See you later.